Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11, ACC hosted a groundbreaking ceremony this afternoon for their new Electrical Power Technology Center. Plus, Michigan Works made some changes to their Alpena-Alcona Career Fair, which was held today, and car seats from Even Flow are being recalled, some of which were distributed by the MSP Alpena Post. We'll have those stories plus your local weather and sports. WBKB News at 11 starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between, this is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. Your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11. The construction of ACC's new Ferris H. Worth Electrical Power Technology Center is officially underway. Good evening, I'm Ashley Reed. Today, the school, along with the ACC Foundation, hosted a groundbreaking ceremony in the lobby of the World Center of Concrete Technology. Representatives from ACC, the Board of Trustees, the Foundation, students, and donors threw the first symbolic shovels of dirt to officially get the new project off to a great start. The $5 million project, supported by the state and private resources, will allow ACC to transform its utility technology and electrical apprenticeship programs into a comprehensive set of offerings.
We'll be able to train students in better ways with the latest technology that we don't yet have, but we have part of the funding will go to that new equipment. We'll be able to handle more students and more programs that are in tune with the needs of industry and that will lead to real careers for our students.
ACC has a 24-year history of delivering highly skilled employees to the electrical utility industry. This new facility, which has been in the works for about 5 years, will be attached to the World Center for Concrete Technology. Michigan Works held their Alpena-Alcona Career Fair today at Alpena Community College, and quite a success it was. Michigan Works holds 4 career fairs covering 8 counties every year around this time. This year they changed the format, making the career fairs invitation only. Job seekers were required to complete a prep class before they could receive an entrance ticket. During the class, they got help with their resumes, practiced interviewing, and learned more about the job application process. After the past couple years, employers weren't sure they wanted to come back, but this year's new format greatly improved the career fair.
The resumes and applications that they have collected, they are looking at half of them they want to hire. And there's so many good people, qualified people that they are interested in. I've had many job seekers on their way out wanting to shake my hand and thank me for all the help that they have gotten through the class and getting prepared. Many times we don't think we need it, but we do.
There were 38 employers in attendance today and more than 140 job seekers from Alpena and Alcona, and even a few from Montmorency and Iosco. An accident on Hobbs Drive near Sunset Elementary today sent a man to the hospital. Around 3 p.m. today, a man driving a brown pickup truck allegedly lost consciousness behind the wheel before plowing through and splitting a power pole on Hobbs Drive and landing in a ditch. At this time, the exact nature of his conditions are unknown.
Yeah, I didn't make contact with the patient. They were handled by the city and transported by them. All the information I received was that the patient did not know how they got to their final resting spot.
At this time, the man's name and age are unknown, and the reason for his unconsciousness is also unclear. The Michigan State Police are warning citizens that car seats that were recently distributed through the Alpena Post are being recalled. A number of Even Flow car seats are being recalled due to select models using a harness crotch buckle that could become resistant to unlatching over time due to exposure to various contaminants like food and drinks. The condition may make it difficult to remove a child from the vehicle. Most seats with this issue are convertible car seats and harnessed boosters. Even Flow Company's website released a statement saying, quote, "If you are not experiencing difficulty unlatching the buckle, they can continue to be used to safely transport your child," end quote. Community Service Trooper Ashley Simpson says that she is sorry for any inconvenience this causes people. However, the recall is from the company, so all issues with the product must be handled through Even Flow. To see if your seat is one of the seats affected by the recall, you can visit Even Flow's website, safety.evenflow.com, and click on the heading Harness Buckle Recall. Well, WBKB 11 meteorologist Adam Claiborne is here with a first look at weather. Adam, we kind of saw everything over the board today. We saw some sunshine, then some rain, then a little more sunshine.
Yeah, and especially with the rain coming in, it dropped our temperatures from the 50s back to the 40s. And right now we are sitting in the 40s as we take a look at our current conditions. We are at 48 degrees. Southwest winds are at 8 miles per hour. But tomorrow looks to be a very nice day. Hold on right quick. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, okay. I'll make sure to let them know. That was Winter, guys. He said he's on the way back by next week. We'll talk about that more in the extended outlook. Let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures right now, though. 52 degrees in Minneapolis, 57 in Chicago, 48 degrees in Alpena. And as we go ahead and take a look at our radar, you can see rain showers for the time being. Rain moving through Wisconsin, and it finally made its way through here during the middle portions of the day before, well, mostly sunny skies did arrive yet again this evening. The clouds leave for tonight, and warm and sunny weather is on the way for Friday. But we'll see a few more drops heading into the weekend. And yes, how about that phone call that I just received? We'll talk more about that and seeing what it means for our forecast coming up in a few minutes, Ashley.
Adam, next time Winter calls you, please tell him we don't want any more of him. Well, Alpena has launched 2 smartphone applications in the last few months. One of the apps that was developed by the Chamber of Commerce is called Experience Alpena, Michigan, which tells about events happening in and around Alpena and gives information about where to stay, eat, and things to do. The other app launched by the city is called Just Alpena, Michigan. This app allows users to search restaurants, places to shop, recreation activities, utilities, and the city's website. It also allows users to report things like potholes or branches lying on the road.
You know, it was something we never really thought of. We haven't gotten into the social media game just yet, but you know, it came along and it was an opportunity. You know, that's kind of why we took advantage of it.
The apps are free and can be used on Android or Apple-operated phones. Well, all week we've been sharing stories with you of volunteers in our community for National Volunteer Week. And today we have a little bit of a twist for you. Alpena Regional Medical Center held a special ice cream social today to honor their 200-plus volunteers that work in all the different departments throughout the hospital. A few years back, the volunteers voted to have an ice cream social instead of a brunch. And Director of Volunteer Services says that it's important to honor those who spend their free time to volunteer for a good cause.
Because you want them to be happy here and you want them to continue to come and volunteer. And that's the way you keep your volunteers happy. They don't get paid, you know, so we have to recognize them, and they do. They're an important part of why we can do such good things for our patients in the hospital.
About 70 volunteers came out today to enjoy their treats, as did prominent figures in the hospital. The hospital has many opportunities for those looking to donate their time. You can go to their website, myarmc.org, for more information. The Michigan State Police are celebrating a big milestone this Saturday as they hit their 97-year mark, and they released some interesting history about the post. The original troops for the Michigan State Police consisted of 300 men, organized and equipped just like military cavalry. The first trooper into Alpena was Ken White in 1931, who arrived by motorcycle to begin the first post in our area, which stood at 1201 South State Street. From there, the post has grown into 23 troopers with more equipment and new technology, but in almost 100 years, one thing remains the same.
I'd say that one of the most important things that troopers come away with from the academy and keep with them all the way through their career is our sense of tradition. We know where we came from back from the days when we were riding horses as the Michigan State Constabulary, and those guys have been gone for many years. And we hold to our traditions, and that pretty much keeps us on track as far as it being an agency and having the esprit de corps that we enjoy today.
The state police have grown a lot since then, trading in their horses for cars in about 1924 and updating to new weapons of all kinds. Michigan was also one of the first states to develop and utilize the automated fingerprint identification system. Well, Alpena Public Schools is having a family game night event at each of the elementary schools over the next month. The event is meant to build relationships between the school and parents and will give parents a fun way to help their kids learn at home. All games played will be board games that will build language arts, strategy, and mathematics skills.
What our hope is that you're going to have a great time with your kids at their school and know that you're welcome and that you're comfortable there. We do provide dinner that night also, and so it's a night that you don't have to cook and worry about that. And then when you take it back home, you know, these can be used for hours and hours of family time together, and then also learning, of course.
To reserve a spot, parents can call the school or can fill out RSVP forms and return it to school. The event started tonight at 6 and board games will begin, or they did begin shortly at 6:30 at Wilson Elementary School. You can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online. Visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night. Later, we'll check in with meteorologist Adam Claiborne for the full weather forecast. But first, General Motors has suspended 2 engineers with pay after a recall of thousands of cars with a deadly defect. That story and more coming up in your Money Watch. More than 200,000 cars in China earlier this year because they had the same potential defect. There's more to come on WBKB News. Shannon McGran will be in with the latest in sports. But first, Adam Claiborne is next with your full weather forecast. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Adam Claiborne has been keeping an eye on the weather for us. Any more phone calls, Adam?
Well, I just got through with talking to him, and we are going to be seeing more and more. It's just like being in a bad relationship. It keeps on calling back, and, well, you can ignore all you want, but until winter actually gives up and leaves, it's not going to happen. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the radar. You can see many clouds across the region. It's starting to push a little farther to the south. Rain showers as you make your way into Indiana and Ohio, and that would actually indicate that things were warming up for us, as they have been throughout the week, as we have seen highs in the 50s, still just below 50 in Alpena at 48 degrees, 40 in Harrisville, 42 degrees in Oscoda, and kind of cool as you make your way into the tip of the mitten, a little closer towards Rogers City at 39 degrees, 46 back into Gaylord, and more of the 40s and the 30s back into the UP, while still in the 50s a little farther south. Detroit at 57 degrees and Lansing at 52. Winds are coming from the southwest at 10 miles per hour in Houghton Lake, 8 miles per hour in Oscoda, and we're seeing a light wind here down in Flint at 6 miles per hour. Lansing is at 5 miles per hour. So the winds, they will remain light throughout the overnight. Not going to be expecting a lot of them for right now, but tomorrow they'll pick back up between 10 to 15 miles per hour. And for tonight, it will be a little cold as temperatures will drop off into the lower 30s and the upper 20s for overnight lows. Bright, sunny, and warm for Friday before more rain chances come back in by later Friday evening and into Friday night, and we'll be looking for very small chances, 10 to 20%, not going to be very high at all. It's not going to be until Saturday that we'll see even more rain start to push in, and we'll actually start to look for heavier rain. It should be even moderate to heavy rain at times during the afternoon and evening into Saturday. But the cool, brisk air made its way in throughout the day today, and, well, the cold front continues to push off towards the southeast. By tomorrow, they'll be dealing with thunderstorms down into Kentucky and southern Indiana. But for us, the rain showers start to move in late evening and into tomorrow night. And as we go ahead and take a look at this, how this will all time out for us, mostly clear skies. Stick around through most of the day as we take a look now a little farther into the future. Friday around 12 p.m., still staying mostly clear. Here come our next rain chances later on into the evening. You can see right there around 9 p.m. very small rain chances, and even early into the morning on Saturday. Well, we're still seeing most of that rain to our north. It does begin to pick back up, though, and here comes a big swath of rain Saturday evening into Saturday night and even on into Sunday. Well, there goes even more rain making its way on into there. 29 degrees, clouds race out of here. Winds are going to be light. And as we go ahead and take a look at tomorrow, mostly sunny, and temperatures will be mild yet again. South winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. High 58 in Oscoda, 55 degrees in Atlanta, and more of the lower 50s as you go farther up to the north in Onaway and in Rogers City, both at 53 degrees. Tomorrow night, isolated rain showers with southwest winds around 5 miles per hour, and lows will drop off into the 30s, so not going to really be expecting any type of frozen precipitation. 59 degrees for a high here into Alpena, 34 degrees for a low. And as we go ahead and take a look at our extended outlook, look at those forecasts for Saturday and Sunday, both including chances of rain, but it's not until Monday that we start to see that really cold air make its way in. Yes, we are going to be looking out for some of the white stuff. 38 degrees for a high. Could be looking at accumulating snow, but for right now, we're just going to call for snowflakes falling from the sky, and that could even linger on into our Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Adam. Now it's time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent by Tyler Nicholson of Alpena. Tyler saw this owl about 200 to 300 yards out on the ice by the boat harbor here in Alpena. He says this is the first owl he's ever seen in person. What a great picture. It looks like the owl is looking right back at you. Thanks, Tyler, for sending this to us. If you have a photo you would like to send us, just email a photo along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com. Coming up on WBKB News, gum disease could mean you're at higher risk for heart problems. All that and more coming up in your Health Watch after the break. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. In your Health Watch, new research shows eating a diet that's high in fat may increase the risk of certain types of breast cancer. An Italian study that analyzed more than 10,000 breast cancer patients found high total fat as well as saturated fat intake can lead to a greater risk of breast cancers driven by hormones. A large study has found periodontal problems, including gum disease and tooth loss, are possible markers for cardiovascular disease. Researchers in Europe evaluated the dental health of more than 15,000 patients from 39 countries with chronic coronary heart disease. More than 40% of the patients had less than 15 teeth remaining, and about a quarter said their gums bled when they brushed their teeth. And a discovery that could possibly lead to a new treatment for obesity. A study in the journal Nature finds lowering a protein found in fat and liver cells can speed up metabolism and lead to weight loss. Boston researchers say they not only lowered obesity in mice, but also diabetes. In national news, it has all the makings of a television crime drama. A prosecutor's father yanked from his suburban North Carolina home and terrorized for days by alleged gangbangers. The FBI says demands were made of the victim's family for the benefit of someone his daughter helped put behind bars. CBS's Craig Boswell has the details.
63-year-old Frank Jansen answered a knock at his door last Saturday morning and then disappeared.
I can tell you Mr. Jansen was targeted by a group as part of an elaborate kidnapping plot.
Jansen was zapped with a stun gun and driven from Wake Forest about 400 miles away to Atlanta. Sources tell CBS his captors are linked to the violent Bloods gang.
He spent 5 nights in the hands of a group of very dangerous people.
Jansen's family received threatening messages. "We will send Mr. Jansen back to you in 6 boxes," one text read, "and every chance we get, we will take someone in your family to Italy and torture them and kill them." The FBI says the demands were made on behalf of Kelvin Melton, a gang leader serving a life sentence after Jansen's daughter prosecuted his case. The agency traced the messages to phones belonging to Melton's crew and to a cell phone inside the prison. The FBI listened to a call made Wednesday night when a man identified as Melton apparently gave orders to kill Jansen. "Get a bag, put it over his head, and stuff something in his mouth," the caller said. "Make sure to clean the area up. Don't leave any DNA behind." Within hours, an elite FBI team raided an Atlanta apartment and found Jansen alive. 5 people are now under arrest. Craig Boswell for CBS News.
Prison officials in North Carolina are investigating whether a staff member smuggled in the cell phone Melton allegedly used to orchestrate the kidnapping. Sports is coming up next. Shannon McGrattan is here with a preview. Shannon.
Ashley, the Masters began today. I'll tell you which golfers are leading the way after round 1, plus take you up to Rogers City, where the softball team uses last season's state semifinal loss as some fuel for this year. Stay right here on WBKB, where I'll be right back. They're coming off back-to-back districts and their first regional title since 2004. But all the Hurons can seem to focus on is their loss to Kalamazoo Christian in last season's state semifinals, a game that ended Rogers City's dream of taking home its first ever state title, forcing these hungry Hurons to focus on the season at hand after more than quadrupling the amount of home runs they hit from 2012 to 2013. Ranked top 3 in the state of Michigan, RC knows it has a bullseye on its back, but is transforming that pressure into determination to hopefully bring the Hurons to victory this season with 4 promising newcomers in the lineup.
We lost some key players from last year, and the girls as a group know that we have a different group of girls, but the goals are still the same.
This year our team has a lot of potential, and we're trying to move on, not comparing ourselves to last year, but being this new team with new girls and seeing how far we can get.
On Monday, Rogers City heads to Whittemore Prescott for its season opener, where it'll bring its positive energy along with some much-needed rituals.
We started doing the bags of dirt whenever we go away to home games so we can have our home field advantage. Our coaches always wear the same outfit. Some people wear the same headbands, same socks that they always wear.
We just want to keep them focused for every game, but we also want it to be fun for them, because if they're having fun, they're going to play well.
Over in Posen, the Lady Vikings are looking to end their 10-year regional title drought after winning districts the last 2 seasons. Yesterday, Posen headed to Bay City Central for a doubleheader season opener that left the Vikings on the losing side with a 13-2 and 8-7 final, results that Posen plans to build on in its next game.
We expected a lot of growing pains because we have some young players in certain positions, and it's going to come with time. It was just great to get outside. Yeah, you'd like to win every game you play, but from a teaching aspect, there's a lot that we can learn from that game.
You can practice like our communication and stuff in the gym, but it's a lot more different. It's so much wider outside. You have so much more space, and we communicated a lot better than I had anticipated.
According to Coach Bugnick, this group of Vikings is quiet but able to self-motivate, helping Posen compete with powerhouses like Hillman, Onaway, and Rogers City, all teams that are in the Vikings districts this season.
You ask any coach of a softball team, I'm sure they'll tell you they'd rather be in a 1-0 game than a 15-0 ball game.
It helps us see how good we are compared to the better teams in the state. So I think the better we play, the better we actually are. It makes you work so much harder. You have to be prepared at all times, be mentally ready. You have to fight till the end, basically.
Checking in with Posen's baseball team, the boys are gearing up for the season ahead by living in the moment, which they hope will benefit them in their season opener tomorrow at Bridgeport. Last year, the Vikings fell to Hillman in the first round of districts, continuing their streak of not winning a title. Like many schools, Posen is forced to practice inside. However, the Vikings see this as an opportunity to perfect certain positions.
That's been the same for years, all my 25 years here, and I actually look at working inside as a benefit for the pitchers. We're warming up, we're getting our arms ready to play in the season, and it's warm, it's 70 degrees inside the building, and so I think that's actually an advantage as opposed to going outside in 40 and 50 degree weather and trying to build arms.
During practice, Posen works on becoming well-rounded players to prevent careless errors. But with only so many boys in the lineup, everyone knows they have to pull their own weight.
We only have 10 players on the team, and many of them are very young, but all love the game.
We're all starting to work hard and realize that now it's game time, ready to play, so now we're getting more excited.
We've been working on a lot of little things, taking grounders a lot of hitting drills, just doing the things that we need to improve on from last year to this year.
On the diamond tonight, Tawas beat John Glenn 5-3 in its first game of the day. Kara Collins was the winning pitcher in both games. She went 2 for 4 and had 2 RBIs in the first game, while in game 2, Jenna Kleno had 2 RBIs, helping the Braves sweep their doubleheader with a 5-4 win. Heading to the green, the Masters opened today, bringing out hundreds of spectators. Second shot on hole 1, Adam Scott gets up close and personal. He ends round 1 at -3. Bill Haas birdies the second hole to remain at par after 1 round. He is the leader. And on the 7th, Phil Mickelson struggles triple bogeying. He goes into tomorrow tied for 67th at 4 over. So, exciting day on the green, but not for Phil Mickelson, who triple bogeyed, which is his worst ever in the Masters, which is incredible because he's had such a long career.
He has.
To think that at this point in his career that he's having his worst day. But hopefully that'll get better in rounds 2, 3, and hopefully he'll make it to the final round as well.
All right, thanks, Shannon. Well, coming up on WBKB News, meteorologist Adam Claiborne will be back with one last look at weather. Welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Adam Claiborne is here with a final look at the weather, and you didn't get any more phone calls, did you?
I did not, thankfully, but it doesn't mean that he's going to be out of here at any time soon. Or she, he or she. You have to,
whatever winter may be.
And we have to be very not biased when it turns about the winter. But it will be a warm day for us. 59 degrees, mostly clear skies until tomorrow evening. That's when more clouds start to make their way in. Temperatures will be dropping off into the 30s, and we'll see a slight chance of rain showers between 10, maybe 20%. But we'll see more of the rain throughout the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both into the 50s and the 40s. And then Monday, well, let's just say ciao for now for spring, because we'll be seeing more of winter Monday and Tuesday with highs in the 30s. And snow looks like it is definitely on the way.
Well, you may have to give me winter's number, whatever number he or she may have called you on,
I'm
so I
sure
can
you'll
tell him
have
to stay away for a few more months. Let's wait until winter comes back in
I'll just let you
November.
handle that, yeah.
All right.
Just pass it on over to you.
All the snow just finally melted. Oh.
It did.
Remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKBTV.
That's all we have for you tonight, but be sure to tune in for Ashley McDowell tomorrow morning on 11.3. Have a great night.